What's going on, guys? Welcome to another stimulus update. Now, we are getting a lot of updates from you guys regarding your $1,400 stimulus checks. Some are saying that you have not got your entire check. Some are saying you've not got any of your stimulus check. But we are seeing that information at this time is coming in. Some are currently saying that no, they keep on checking the IRS Get My Payment portal and nothing has changed. Others say they keep checking the IRS payment portal and it still says they were supposed to get $5,600, but no, the bank only shows $2,800. This is becoming a big issue, and we have some breaking news on this, which is shocking, and I want to break that down in just a second. But we are hearing that when you call the bank, many people are calling their bank and seeing, hey, it shows the IRS sent me $5,600, you only have $2,800. Why is that? Well, the bank is saying, well, you need to contact the IRS. It's the IRS that has not sent the entire payment. But then when you contact the IRS, they say, no, you need to contact the bank. This is a banking issue. But this is a bigger issue than that. And I actually have a couple of reports out today that are just the information I'm going to give you in a minute is shocking. I'm serious. It is shocking. I'm going to explain that in just a second. But first, we have been getting some guidance from the IRS. A representative from the IRS stated today that if you have not received your payment or in full, or let's say you received half, you haven't received anything, you have to wait until you have that paper in hand. The IRS, whenever they send out a stimulus check, they have always sent out a paper. In the mail, you will get a paper that says, okay, the IRS sent a stimulus payment of, let's say, $5,600, and it arrived through direct deposit. All right, you're going to get that. You're going to get that letter. You need to have that letter because that letter will help determine what happens next. Is it the IRS that made an issue? Did they make a mistake? Was it the bank? Who's at fault? They have to figure that out. But until you have that letter, nobody really knows because the money could be flowing around anywhere. But again, it's only been like 10 days since this bill has even been passed. So just keep that in mind. The IRS is human. They do make mistakes. But they are saying just wait, be a little bit patient, and there will be more information in the coming days. So we will see. Now, one report that I read just a little while ago, and this is a report that I read that there's multiple people, that kind of mentioned this. But in this report, it is stating that some banks are currently trying to secure cash. And that's one of the reasons why you're seeing half of your payment showing up and the other half isn't even pending. And again, I'm not saying that this is 100% true. I can see this happening though, and I want to explain why. Banks right now have, it's the 21st, they have 10 days to get back within their supplementary leverage ratio. It's called the SLR. Now, you might not know what this is, and that's completely fine. But what this is, the Federal Reserve allowed banks to have less cash on hand during this pandemic, so that they can give money to people. They obviously they can lend, they can buy bonds and whatever, right? Well, the SLR expires on March 31st. That's in 10 days. So banks need to get back within those limits. Well, this is what some are saying that right now, and again, I'm not saying this is 100% true. However, I see this happening. I can see this happening 100%. Okay? However, I'm just not saying this is for sure happening for you. It could be, but we don't know. But right now, what they are saying is that if banks are trying to hold cash, they're trying to keep as much money, within that they can, they're doing so, and then chances are your money is going to show up eventually. It'll probably show up within the next 10 days. So just keep that in mind, that this is most likely not an IRS issue. If the IRS sent the money, they most likely sent the correct amount. But if it is an issue, its chances are it's coming from the banking side. And again, if you call your local bank and say, hey, what's going on? I'm supposed to have this much money. I only have this much. Why? The people at your local bank are not going to have any clue what's going on. Because just because that bank, is supposed to have this money, chances are you're going to have to go to somebody higher up to get actual answers. And again, nobody really has time for that because you will probably never get a true answer. Now, just keep that in mind that yes, eventually the money will show up. However, it could take a few more days, and most likely we will see this money show up within the next 2 weeks. We will also see that paper from the IRS show up most likely about 14 days after you received your stimulus check. So those could be coming out very soon as well. Now, let's address the $3,600 and $3,000 child tax credit, because I know a lot of people are questioning when are we going to get this? Here's what we know. According to experts, they are saying right now that you may not get a child tax credit as a monthly payment in 2021 because this will most likely not come out until 2022 when you file your 21 taxes. So it's a lot right now, and one thing I can say is that the IRS is completely overworked. They're doing so much right now with the little staff that they do have. And because of this, we're seeing a lot of these issues. They made a statement the other day saying that we might not see monthly checks because of this, because of all the issues, and then pushing back the IRS, the tax filing deadline until May 17th. Some are saying that we might not see a monthly payment for child tax credits. But at the same time, we know that the White House is trying to get this as not only a yearly thing, this is only a one-time thing for 2021, but the IRS is trying to extend this, making this a permanent fixture in the tax bill. Well, the issue there is it's having so many issues to start, it may never even get going the way it was intended, and that's creating multiple issues as well. So what we are hearing right now is that experts do say that sending out this payment just once a year would actually hinder the purpose of this bill, and it wouldn't allow children to be lifted out of poverty. And even if it's only done for 1 year, this would lift children out of poverty, and then they drop them right back in come 2022. So right now, many experts warn that sending out a payment only once a year is actually hurting children more than it is helping. But everything is going to be fixed according to multiple reports. We will see that this provision, this piece of legislation, will most likely be cleaned up in the next bill. But what is the next bill? That is currently what we don't know. It will either be President Biden's Build Back Better plan or a bill on some type of, they call it the China package or Chinese package, where hopefully the United States will be able to compete economically with China, but we will see. Today, White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain stated that the White House has a goal. It's a different goal. It's a very optimistic goal, but it's a different goal. And it's a goal that they believe will actually work. They say that for the longest time, the wealthy have been prioritized, and we've always seen trickle-down economics. However, the Biden administration has a new plan, and they are strategically changing the way this game is played. He says they want to do trickle-up economics, which means we provide for the low-income and the medium-income individuals and families. And by doing this, Ron Klain states that by doing this, we would see a much faster economic recovery, and we would create more equality in our nation. That is currently the Biden administration's goal. But why is this so important for you and I? First off, I can tell you right now, I'm not a billionaire. My guess is that I don't have any billionaires. Maybe I have a couple billionaires watching my channel. If I do, let me know down in the comment section below. But what I can tell you is you and I are both on the exact same page. We are low to middle income individuals or families. We don't have, we're not making, $50 million a year. I can tell you right now, I do not make $50 million per year. I would love to. I don't. Okay? What we will most likely see is the new provision in the next bill is going to help the low and middle income earners. We will most likely see additional rental and mortgage assistance because, according to many reports, by getting renters and people that do hold a mortgage back to where they once were, we are going to be starting at a much better place. And this is going to contribute to more economic growth. We will most likely see a first-time homebuyer's credit, and according to a few experts, they say by giving people a place to live that will hopefully increase in value, this is going to mean those people will have more assets and can deduct more in taxes, and they can hopefully provide for themselves for the foreseeable future. We are also going to see a minimum wage increase in the next bill. As to whether it passes or not, honestly, nobody really knows. Chances are it won't pass, but it is still going to be proposed. What we will see though is a monthly stimulus check. And I've been saying this for about a week now, maybe a couple weeks now, and I even mentioned this earlier this morning, is that progressives are pushing and saying, okay, if you won't give us a $15 minimum wage, give us another stimulus check and give us a monthly stimulus check so we can provide to those that were hardest hit. Well, it seems like that is going to be the more likely scenario at this point. And some experts are even saying this is going to be the introduction to universal basic income. If we see progressives push for a monthly stimulus check, and let's say it's modestly successful and they get, some people to go and get, or go and be able to get a stimulus check, let's say $1,000 per month, even if this is only for 3 to 6 months, it's still going to help. And it's still going to be the kind of introduction to UBI that many people are hoping that we will eventually get into. Now, I don't know for sure, but what I can tell you is that yes, if we get a monthly stimulus check going out to the hardest hit individuals, the low and middle income earners, chances are yes, it will eventually evolve into universal basic income. The hardest part about this is currently going to get lawmakers to agree on their plans. Right now, it's not just Republicans and Democrats. We got Republicans, we got Democrats, we got centrist Democrats, we got progressives, we have the Biden administration, we have every single different division, and we're trying to unify everybody and get a bipartisan bill. That's almost going to be impossible. So right now, what I can tell you is lawmakers are going to argue. They're going to wastefully spend money. They're going to spend money on things that we really need, but it's not going to be to the amount that we should actually see. And chances are there's going to come a time where, yes, we see Republicans and Democrats agree. But is it on something that's actually meaningful and something that we could see, some type of relief in the near future? Some say yes, some say no. What I can tell you is right now, this should not be about Democrats. It should not be about Republicans. This should be about the American people. If the Democrats and Republicans, if our lawmakers are always fighting, the American people are the ones that suffer. So, as we know more regarding the $1,400 stimulus checks, the $3,000 and $3,600 child tax credits, I promise I will come back and fill you in on all those updates. Later on today, I will be addressing some student loan forgiveness. I will be addressing a few other things as well as the unemployment benefits. We have some news there, so hopefully I will touch on that in a little while. But just want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.